So American Single Malt, I'm excited about for a variety of reasons. Well, it's an up-and-coming category. I mean, I already bought a single barrel of Stranahan's way back when. I was at 2015 when people didn't even know about American Single Malt. I think Westland was doing a really good job, so I got a chance to taste some of that. And I was like, I love my scotches, so why can't we also make, American Single Malt with barley? Just don't have to age it as long. Just use different techniques. Don't have to make it exactly the same. And then the beautiful thing is don't have to use new barrels. You can, which in this case with Litchfield they did, which gave it some really kind of special effects. So the two barrels, I think they're just about 3 years old. I met with Jack and he was pretty excited. He's like, this is our first release. And what really attracted to me, even before I even tasted it, was the fact that it's all 100% Connecticut, right? The barley's grown here. So when I tasted it, my first thought was, wow, this is really nice because it's really, really clean barley. So of the two barrels, I don't remember barrel numbers anymore, but there were only two of them. One had a really, really beautiful kind of floral nose, and the other one had a really nice palate. And as most of my customers know, I always try and have barrels that have a good nose, a good palate, and a finish. So I said, hey, do you think, maybe you could let me blend? And they kind of looked at me funny and go, well, maybe. So luckily they did agree to let me play with blend the two barrel samples. Took it home, took a couple of weeks, and made a blend, let it sit for a little while, and I'm like, yeah, I think this is really, really nice. So this has kind of a little bit of a floral nose initially, but also a good punch of vanilla. And it's not an ex-bourbon cask. It's actually a new barrel that they're using for this, but with some spiral cuts to extract some extra flavors, because for being 3 years old, it smells quite delicious already. It's very inviting nose. So I'm gonna taste it. I already tasted it, but I'll taste it again. Right when it hits your palate, like right up front, it's this burst of sweetness that is normally not something you get from a single malt, especially one that's this young. But it's just, and it just coats your entire palate and finishes quite dry, and it leaves you just thirsty for the next sip because it's just really kind of mouth-watering. This is just a really nice, clean single malt. You taste it, and on the finish, you don't get any funky notes at all. It's just this, what you smell in the nose, you actually transfers right through to the finish. So it makes you want to have a second sip, which I will. When I ask people who have tasted this with me, what do you think of the proof? They go, oh, this is really nice and sweet. This is really good. And what they tell me is they think it's maybe 90 something only proof. So to me, that is actually a sign of a really well-made whiskey, because the alcohol, high alcohol, has carried all of the flavors. All this deliciousness should be shared. We're going to co-release with the distillery. So Litchfield Distillery will take half, and I'll take half here, and we're actually going to co-release it some weekend in June. So don't get too busy in June. But definitely, to me, it's an important bottle because it's the very first in Connecticut, and it's a really cool blend that I was able to collaborate with them on. And I'm really proud that in Connecticut that we actually have a single malt, an American single malt, first time release that tastes this good. Okay, that's cool.